Alrighty folks, welcome back to another episode of Story Time. Because everything else out fishing and just in the great outdoors has been so slow, and I'm not going to bore you guys with like me not catching any fish. Man, I know you guys dealt with that all summer because I really didn't catch any fish. But we're just going to go for a story time. Tell you a little bit about myself and you know, how I got to the point where I wanted to start creating YouTube videos. Just give you a little smidget, and someone down the line I will finish the story with you guys. But I don't want to waste your time. I want you guys to have an amazing Saturday and just have a good weekend. So I started fishing when I was 2 years old with help from my parents, and then around 3 I wanted to start trying to fish myself. That's when I casted it, wrapped around my leg, and the hook got in there, and I said, yeah, the hell with that. So I went back to having them help me. So I was just a young little boy. I'll probably pop a picture right here. We lived at a campground. First off, we camped up there for a couple years, and then we lived at a campground. My parents were the caretakers. For 9 years, there was a pond, a lake, I should say, that you could fish all the time. So a lot of my time was spent there. After when I got older, I started working for the campground as well. But off hours when I'm not working, or before I started working there, I was mainly fishing. And they had a golf course there. So another reason I started doing golf, all that good stuff. So I'd say around 5, I was doing fishing all by myself. I used to, actually, which is funny. So we've come a long way, folks. I used to, as soon as I hook up on a fish, I would drop the pole and run, because that's how it was. Same thing with deer. I was out deer hunting. Well, not even before I even went hunting. When I was out, my parents would come back with a deer. I would hate it. I would not want to see the deer. I would cry. I would be terrified. So we've come a long way from that, I should say. So now we can reel in a fish sometimes, and we can sometimes shoot a deer as well. So rounding out from, let's say 5 on, so we camped up there at that time. We moved up there when I was 8 years old to work there at the campground. So throughout high school, all my high school years, we moved to a little town up in upstate New York. Graduating class of maybe 42, lower 40s to mid 40s. Very small town, big country area, and that's what we called home until graduation, man, and then rolled into college. But before we get into college, so from 4th grade to 12th grade, we moved into this small little town. That's what we called home. Worked on the campground. Hell, out off of the bus, I pop up another picture. Just had a fishing pole in the golf cart. Stopped by, caught fish. It was a beautiful lake, a lot of fish in it. Got my personal best out of it. You know, I wish I could find a picture of it, but I can't. 7.5 pounds, personal best. Named him Walter off the movie. I'm sure you guys got a laugh out of that one. That's what we did. Me and my brother, we were either playing basketball with friends, fishing, but he was more of the basketball guru. I mean, I played basketball since bitty ball to middle school to JV to varsity. I played basketball. He was more of the basketball, hell of a player. He used to be all the basketball. And like after work or just on my free time, I'd be down the lake, either bank fishing, or I'd take the boat out. I'd say I'd be out there at least 3 nights a week on the boat. I did that for a whole summer, and I really fell in love with it. I mean, that was my go-to. That's really what I wanted to do. And then hunting. I've been hunting since like probably around 10 years old with my dad, and then about 12, of course, when you can start doing it yourself. I still hunted with him. So I tried until I was about 14. I started sitting alone, and that also happened at a camp. It was just a campground, probably 160 seasonal sites. And they were the caretakers. Like I said, I eventually ended up working for the same campground. But this is all leading into a story why I decided to chose YouTube. So I graduated high school. I went to BOCES for residential construction, building trades, I should say. And then I went to college after I graduated SUNY Delhi for 1 year. It was supposed to be 2. I dropped out, but it was for residential construction. Let me just say, college isn't for everyone. Me and my roommate agreed. You guys have seen him, Justin, on the channel. It's not for everyone. I don't regret the experience, but this is where it's going to lead me into saying this. When I was in college, I started seeing fisherman YouTubers, outdoor YouTubers, such as like the big names, the Googan Squad, all that. And I'm like, this is very interesting, and it's something I really wanted to do. And I even thought about it probably when I was 16. Ending up in high school, I always wanted to do something with a camera, whether it was photography or videoing something. So, and then when I was in 17, I graduated 17, in college now. Let's go back. Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. It's usually how my mind works. But when I was in college, I was watching these guys. I'm like, this is something I really want to do. So after that, dropped out of college, went to go work for a warehouse, and still pounding in my head, just couldn't find a good nerve to do it. I'm a shy person, I have bad anxiety, depression, all that. So it was hard for me to, accept the fact that be brave, go out, conquer it. So, and then 2019, this is when we started YouTube, and it's been over a year now, just over, and we're not doing too bad. You guys have built a great community around me, very supportive, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. I'm not trying to get emotional here. You guys, in over a year, we've almost built 300 subscribers, which is truly insane, guys. I know a lot of people like the bigger rigs that have people shouting them out all over the freaking every platform. They have probably 10,000 by now. That's fine. I mean, I don't have people. I'm not doing collabs. I would love to do collabs, but I also just don't have people shouting my name out like in the Guggen Squad when all these other people started with them. You know, shout their name out, link them in the description. I don't have that. Look around. I'm in the country, guys. I think I'm the only one in upstate New York that is doing something like this. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But if there is, I mean, I would love to collab with people. That's how you build followers, build subscribers, and just build a base and make friends and just something like a long-lasting relationship. Like if I built a friendship with like a YouTuber collab, whatever, and then we can go out and make a whole bunch of videos together. That is what I'm looking for. That is what I want to do. That'll come with time. If not, like I said, we have a whole bunch of stuff coming in, ideas. But I do need your guys' ideas as well. So I guess to sum all this up, I started fishing when I was about 2. Thought I was, badass. I think I could cast a rod. Hooked myself. Cried about it, so I still needed help. Started fishing by myself, like no help, but my parents were still there. Around 3 to 4. Every time I hooked into a fish, I would drop it, which is funny, just to see how long we've come from that into 17 years. How I can at least reel in a fish and hold it and not be afraid of it. Same thing with hunting. Used to just run away from the deer and be so afraid. Like when I see him hanging in the grass when my dad shot, it's just, now I'm out there in the woods one-on-one with the deer as well, and I'm harvesting them, and now I can, do all that. So it's awesome experience. I think it's funny how it's a long way you've come from that age. I understand that's what the whole part of growth is, but it's just funny how if you don't like something as a kid, you usually don't like it when you're adult. And I feel like I flipped the script, and I hated touching fish, even eating fish. Now I eat them and I touch them. Same thing with deer. I used to hate seeing them, and now I hunt them and harvest them myself. It's just funny. I flipped the script, I feel like. But that is the story. There's more to the story, but that's the moral of the story, I guess, right there. It's more of I didn't really come to the thought of the whole fishing YouTuber until college. My first year of college, which I would have been 17 going on 18 years old. And it's been about a year to a year and a half, maybe almost 2 now, and we built a decent community, and I appreciate every single one of you guys for that. I cannot thank you enough. Like I said, thank you. So, with that being said, I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out. Hope this wasn't too boring for you. Just tell us my life story. There's a lot more to it. I think we'll do a part 2 of this. But until next time, guys, be sure to subscribe. Share the hell out of this video. Let's build those 300 subscribers even more up high. We got to hit 300 first. Giveaway. Leave a like, be sure to be subscribed, and comment down below video ideas, and you might have a chance to win a $15 Amazon gift card. Share the hell out of this video, be sure to subscribe, and until next time, folks, I will see you guys in the next one. Hopefully we'll be back on the fish. If not, I'm sure you guys will see me with some other goofy stuff. So I love you guys, right here. Peace.